Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Hey, Dave.
Well, small ball has become the trend in the NBA, but it might be more accurate to call it average ball. With defensive switching twice as common as it was 5 years ago, the demand is rising for players of average NBA height, and that's around 6'7". Kevin, that's affected not just the big men, but the vertically challenged guys as well.
Point forwards and big guards in demand. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And checking out Oklahoma City, they have a lot of ground to make up. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Robertson is out there with Chris Paul, and it's Nader in at the 3 spot. We've got Shorty, also B-Train out there. Big Smooth out there with D. Nader kicks to Robertson. The pass to Nader. 6 on the shot clock. Now the dish to Adams. Let's go. Got a hand on it. Brent, as the season goes down, and here we are about halfway through, players' roles still evolving.
Not the starters at this point, Kevin. They're pretty much
set. They are what they are.
They are set in their ways, and they're set in the minutes that they're going to be playing. What the coaches are trying to find are unique combinations that might have to be on the floor because circumstances from the other team are dictating so. So which are my lineups that I can have out there that defensively I'm going to shut down great guard play? Which of the lineups do I have to have out there in order for us to have enhanced shooting ability for a stretch of minutes? Which ones are going to speed my team up to put pressure on the opposition? I think that's where it is that coaches are trying to do a little bit of tweaking.
Here's Robertson, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Robertson does a good job of taking the shots that he feels are best suited for him.
Here's Shorty. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Paul. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. It's a 3-point game. And here's the fast break. Passes to Slaughter. Here's Shorty. Gallinari with the rebound.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Pass to Shorty. So the wing on the left from downtown gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Poked away. And they're on the break. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. B-Train's got his second bucket tonight.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Paul passes to Nader. Now here is Gallinari. Pass to Nader. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots. Paul's shot is off.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder trailing by 9. Robertson dishes to Adams. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Nader the pass to Paul. Gallinari left side. Adams trying to free himself up. And the basket is good.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Here's Gallinari. Drops one in from the wing. Gallinari's got his second basket.
And they ran that pick and roll extremely precise. The result was a good look for Gallinari.
Out to the right wing. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded, and there it is for him.
Good poise there from the young Gilgeous-Alexander, not allowing himself to get rattled.
Shorty, the pass to Aguilar, and he dunks it down.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Thunder trailing by 5. Robertson dishes to Adams. And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. 6 to shoot. Over Slaughter. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
The pass to Aguilar. Here's D, and that's good for 2. D's got 7 points.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Noel finds Gallinari. Puts it up from 15. Shot is good off the back rim and in. He's got 8.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Here's Shorty. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
And so it's the home team with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is just something that I've always.
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Slim is out there with D. Then it's Thompson, and there's B-Train, and it's Chan in at the 2. And for Oklahoma City, the tandem outside, Robertson and Gallinari. Noel is out there with Muscala, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Muscala gets the bucket.
Well, Robertson, a nice job that time distributing the basketball, and a dependable player in these offensive schemes if he does that.
And Thompson throws it down.
Thompson gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Chan, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. I think that's going to happen.
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
Oh, no. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, there could be something that
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Paul looking over the floor. Passes it to Nader. And again, unable to change momentum here. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
And you look at Shorty. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Thompson passes to Chan. Here is Slim. Out to the right wing. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Thunder trailing by 10. Paul outside. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Baller, and that one is hammered home.
And he just goes from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
You know what, though? Not only did they get to the free throw line a lot, but they converted at a high clip.
Oh, they did. You can get to the line all you want, but it doesn't really mean much if you can't hit your free throws. And they were rock solid at the stripe. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
To the middle. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their start players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches?
No, it can't be that.
Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game.
Yeah.
Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. I mean, quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys. But as the season goes on, you just don't see that.
And the Thunder making a switch here.
Nerlens Noel. Danilo going on.
Down low. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his third assist on the night. Here's Baller. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Baller's got 5 points in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 9. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. They get a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Adams.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Shot clock at 5. Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. And yes, it's good. Paul's got 10.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Robertson, he's checked in for Paul.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Thunder trailing by 10. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And that's a foul called on Baller. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Robertson can't hit. There's Big Daddy, defended by Robertson. The Big Daddy passes to Baller. Misses the 3. And so we wrap up the first half. The home team, they're up by 10. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. Taking a look at this home squad. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Shorty out there at B-Train. Then it's Big Smooth. Then it's D. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Back to Adams. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. B-Train passes to Slaughter. Pass to D. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. D's got 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up. Shorty's got his first points of the night.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happen in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
And it's Shorty with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Robertson, the pass to Adams. Good on the bucket. Adams has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To the right side. Here's D. Buries the long-range jumper.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Robertson kicks to Nader. Ball against Thompson. Knocked loose. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Big Smooth. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Three-pointer. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Paul passes to Adams. Over Slaughter. And Adams kicks to Robertson. Looks for Paul. Hits it to him. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Eric Moreland's checked in for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Andre Robertson. Ray, you suited up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture this isn't. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everybody.
Baller, he's checked in for Big Smooth. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Erlins Noel checks in for Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel. That one goes. Count it. Noel's got his first points of the game.
Assist goes to Gilgeous-Alexander.
1:44 left in the third quarter. There's the pass to Paul. Thompson with it, defended by Paul. Pass to Chan. Goes up on the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in. He has 6.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Here's Thompson. True on the 14-footer. Thompson's got 7 points.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Knocked away. Here's the break. Here's Baller. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Stolen by Thompson. Fast break, here they come. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Here's Paul, and it's blocked. And here's the break. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And so it's the home team finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Let's hand him outside, Robertson and Gallinari. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Moreland in at the 4 spot. Here's Baller, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Gallinari, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And 12 points for Gallinari. Pass to Aguilar, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Releases. Again, Oklahoma City.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Now the pass to Big Daddy. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Connects from three-point range.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Adams down low. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
You don't want to give Adams the N1 opportunity. Better to wrap him up and force him to try to earn all the points from the free throw line.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. And that one misses.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
D, he's checked in for Big Daddy. And then for Oklahoma City, Gallinari, he's checked in for Burton. Andre Robertson comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Paul in for Diallo. And he's good on the three ball.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, so you know he's going to live in the paint.
Justin Patton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
On the floor for the Thunder, Justin Patton.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Gallinari, count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts, a scorching 88%.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Here's P-Train. Here's Slaughter, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
when you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Yeah, those are tough. You get back into the game by working harder than the other team, not the other way around. They're just going to extend this lead.
And the Thunder making a change here. Nader's checked in. Robertson the pass to Gallinari. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Knocks it loose. And here they come. Here's B-Train. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that. There shouldn't be much debate there.
Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn. Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Money passes to Slaughter. Fades and shoots. Basket counts. Big Smooth got 5 points now in the quarter.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Here's Paul. Hits the outside fadeaway.
There's always these nights where Chris Paul tends to get a little bit hungry on the offensive end. We're seeing it play out here.
Here's Shorty, defended by Paul. And taken away by Paul. 1:16 left to play in the final quarter. Got that one up quick. Paul's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Now, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
To the left wing. Here's B-Train. Here's Money. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That one on Gallinari. The first one falls. And so he makes both from the line. Oklahoma City's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Patton kicks to Ferguson. Pass to Burton. He tries for 3. He can't get it to go. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And good that time.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Patton, just 5 to shoot. And it's in there.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
And so they get the victory here at home. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.